Hey guys, it's time for another Pan That Palette update. This is going to be my 5th month update. So I am going to do a little bit of a recap of the last 5 months, just in case my whole deleted videos debacle doesn't get solved for new viewers, so that you guys kind of are a little bit in the loop of what has happened in the last 5 months with my Pan That Palette, as well as just to do a little bit of a checkup and kind of tell you guys how the last 5 months have been for this project. And this is a project, if you're new to Pan That Palette, where you pick a palette and you want to try to use up as much of the eyeshadows, if you can, the whole thing, that's amazing, but at least hit pan on all of the shadows in the palette. I picked the Urban Decay Book of Shadows number 4. It's right here, and then I depotted the palette because it's a huge one. It was a huge palette, and so I depotted it into this little CD case just to make it so much easier for me to use, and then I put the names of the eyeshadows on the back. So that has been super helpful for me. When I started this project, I basically hadn't touched any of the eyeshadows. There might have been a few of them that I had used maybe once or twice, but it basically was completely brand new. And this is the progress that I've had in the last 5 months, which is, to me, a ton of progress because it's so hard for me to use eyeshadows. In the first couple months, I'd want to say month and a half, 2 months, I hit pan on my first shadow, and I can't remember now if you guys have been watching it and you can remember if it was the Grifter color, this beautiful lavender, or if it was Sin. It was one of those that I hit pan on the first, and there was only a small amount of pan, and now both of them have gotten quite large. And then the third shadow for me to hit pan on is Polyester Bride, which I thought I wasn't going to use at all, but I've been able to really kind of pack the product on and smack off all of the rest of the fallout and glitter and use it as a really pretty inner corner highlight. So I've been actually really enjoying it. I have had some difficulties with this palette just because it's so shimmery, so glittery, a lot of fallout with some of the shadows, and so I've been very much using very sticky bases and my NYX Cottage Cheese to just be able to grab onto some of that shimmer to have it be less fallout. And then I've been using Virgin and Missionary, or Virgin and Missionary right here, as a really nice kind of cheek highlight, as well as using them as eyeshadows as well. And so there is quite a bit use out of these shadows. They are just consistently used though, so you're only seeing the outer pan kind of lower versus seeing a pan in there just because the brush is, you know, taking off the whole layer of the product. So I have made a good amount of progress on those though, it's just harder to see. So that's been kind of the progress over the last, 4 months. So this recent, 5th month, I have noticed that Kitty Pull has actually gone down quite a bit, and I think it's probably going to be the next one that I hit pan on. I've been using this a lot and having to do that technique where I put a lot of product on the brush and then just kind of pat the brush off for a fallout. But it's been a really pretty color to just add some kind of fun brightness and blue to my eyeshadow looks. I've been using it a lot over top of, maybe the black or a black base to kind of just bring out the color. I'm also seeing quite a bit of dip in Stray Dog. I use this a lot as kind of a crease color. It's really pretty to just kind of deepen up the look a little bit. So I am seeing a little, circle of pan there. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell in the video. Another color that I'm seeing quite a dip in there is Sidecar, which hopefully will be one of my next ones that I hit pan on as well. And then a tiny little dip in Host, which is this darker brown right there. It's still really hard though. I mean, these are very shimmery colors, so I don't like to have a whole look of just shimmer, so I always have to incorporate some matte shades so it takes a little love away from these shadows. The rest of the colors here, so basically around this outer edge and then this beautiful purple, I do use actually quite frequently. They're just so pigmented that I am having a really hard time seeing any kind of progress. There are some kind of a little bit, where you can see a little bit more worn in areas and others, but it's going to take a while, and I kind of probably have to really concentrate on those shadows a lot to finally hit pan on them. And then Midnight Cowgirl, I'm still playing with. This one has a ton of fallout. Even when I, hit my brush a bunch of times, I still end up with a ton of glitter fallout when I use this shadow. So a couple of these shadows I might actually end up, I had gotten some really awesome suggestions to crush up some of these eyeshadows and make like a cool nail polish out of it. So I might end up doing that for some of those. So that is my 5th month progress on my Pan That palette. If you have any questions down below, definitely let me know. If you need any kind of clarification on, you know, if you're new to my channel and you weren't able to see those other past videos, hopefully they'll be up eventually so you can check those out. But those are, you know, my progress. I have gotten quite a bit in the last couple months more pan on these 3 shadows. And my goal for the next update, have pan for one of these brown taupey shades. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Pan That palettes if you're doing it, or any kind of project pans that you're doing. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support on my video when I talked about my deleted videos. I know it was very emotional, and I thank you guys so much for those comments. They have definitely been so helpful during this time, during this kind of figuring out what's going on. So definitely, I just appreciate all of you guys, and it really meant a lot to hear all of those comments and read them, and I keep rereading them definitely to help me through this. So you guys are amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this update, and I'll see you in one of my next videos. Bye!